everyone, this is me again, Dr. Priya Rohan, your mental health specialist and a clinical hypnotherapist. Today I'm here with a new mental health series we are starting off. We are inviting many doctors from different specialities who will share their experience and knowledge about mental health. So today is the starting of this mental health series. I hope you guys will love it as usual. So today Dr. Kishor Dutta will join us. He is a MD physician, but he is certified in NLP. He is an NLP practitioner. I'll give his details in the description box. So he'll be sharing his share of knowledge about NLP, reframing. So I hope you guys will like it, and everyone have a very happy new year and a very prosperous new year. Love you all. See you in another video.
Hello my dear friends. This is Dr. Kishor Dutta, your friend, coach and benefactor. So today's topic is, what is reframing? Reframing in the sense of neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. So what's a frame exactly? The question is, what exactly is a frame? Frame, as we all know, is that square, or it can be rectangle, it can be a circle kind of border which encircles a picture or anything, isn't it? Why do we require a frame? Because we want that a particular person's attention or focus should fall on a particular photograph or a certificate or whatever it is there. So we do a framing and then place it on a wall. So it is what directs your focus, your attention. Now in the language of NLP, frame is an idea of success. So if you don't get success, then change the idea or change the frame. I hope you got what is reframing. Now, how do you reframe any particular behavior? How do you change that behavior? Well, it can be done with 6 easy steps, which today I'll be taking up in the easiest possible way, in the shortest of time. So without wasting any time, let us start. What's the first step? First step is identification of the problematic behavior. Now, we all have certain behaviors which might be productive, at the same time which might be non-productive. So if you want to change that behavior, how do you change that behavior? For example, one of my friend who approached me, and he says that he is actually struggling to give up smoking. Now this is a very big issue. Many of us who smoke, knowingly that tobacco is cancerous, tobacco is harmful for life, but then also smoking is quite prevalent. And many struggle to give it up because the craving is so strong that once you start thinking about giving it up, you might leave it for a few days, and then again what happens is you regain the habit back. So this was a problem which he identified. He had a very clear thought process regarding the problem. He identified that and he brought it to me. Now the big question is how to find the solution. The first part we have done, that is identification of the problem. Second part involved a bit of counseling. Like, I asked him to settle down at one corner which is relevantly quiet, and there I asked him to relax. Try to be with himself. Try to communicate with that part of his body which is troubled the most. Now, when I say part of the body and communicate with part of the body, means communication with that part of mind, or which we call generally as subconscious mind. Now, how do you get that particular clue that a link has been established? I asked him to request his subconscious mind to give a particular physical clue which will indicate that a connect has been established. Now for that matter, I asked him, it can be anything like a flicker of a finger, lifting up of hand, or any other physical movement. So that happened. That means that connect was established. Second step, rather third step, I asked him to find out or ask, what is that positive intention behind that particular craving, behind that particular behavior? That he should ask this from his subconscious mind. Now, He did ask. In NLP, we have a very strong belief which says that every action has got a positive intention. So there must have been some positive intention even behind this action of smoking. So what could have been that particular intention? Well, that intention was relaxation. He said that whenever he feels stressed, he smokes and he feels relaxed. Fine, we got the answer. Then I asked him to thank that particular part. Step 4. Ask your creative mind to give at least 3 solutions or 3 behaviors which can replace this particular craving behavior, or which can replace that particular behavior which causes smoking. So he did ask his creative mind. And what is that creative mind? Creative mind is that part of your mind which has been working for you since your childhood, since your birth, which has been the biggest help to you to survive against all odds, which has brought you up till now, which has thought for you, which has fought for you. So now what he does is ask for 3 solutions, 3 alternative steps. What can be there? So he gave a thought and he got a signal that he got it. Fine. Now comes the 5th step. The 5th step says you have to create an agreement. What is that agreement? Agreement between that part which is troubled and the 3 new steps which you have generated. Let that part match with each of the 3 steps and see which step it can take over as an alternative. Now, here is one catch. This can be done at one sitting, or it may require several sittings. Not necessary that your subconscious mind would agree with any particular step. It might not also. So this has to be done. If you are lucky, it can be done on once, or it may take more sittings. So now in this case, there was one particular behavior which was identified as an alternative by him only. Fine. Now the next step was to check for the ecology or the sustenance of that particular behavior. In that sense, here it would be thought that if this behavior is changed with this other behavior, whether this behavior is going to be sustainable, whether it is going to stay for some time, whether it is going to be there in future, or this will again not survive. So now let me open up a bit. The 3 thoughts which, as he told me, he gave was, first thought was I should take a break or go for a vacation whenever I feel stressed. The second thought was I have a habit, as he said to me, I have a habit of smoking menthol cigarettes. So instead of smoking a menthol cigarette, I would go for any chewing gum which has got the same kind of peppermint or menthol. And the third was I should start crooning any particular song which I like. Now, the first part was not possible every time. You cannot go for a break or a kind of a vacation in amidst your busy life every time. So it's not possible. Your inner mind didn't agree with that. The third one, to croon, was also not very feasible, because in office, if he suddenly starts to croon or to start sing some melodious song, that would also be not that much, So the second option was feasible, that whenever he feels stressed, instead of going for that menthol cigarette, if he can try with a menthol bubble gum or chewing gum, whatever is available. So what he did, he tried on this, and in say around 5-6 days, he called me up and he said that he is feeling quite relaxed and he is not smoking. He has given up that habit. So I said that still it is quite early. You will have to keep a check on this, Good luck. He didn't repeat smoking anymore. So this is how you actually, in simple 5 steps. So what are the 5 steps? The first step would be identification of the problem. Second step would be communicate with that part which is most trouble. Third step would be To find out that positive intention behind that particular behavior, the fourth step would be to select for at least 3 alternatives so that you have a choice. And the fifth step would be agreement with the troubled part and the new behavior. And the sixth and the final step would be to find out sustenance of the new habit or ecology of the new habit. So see, every solution is there inside your mind only. So your brain is a kind of supercomputer which creates its own problems and has its own solutions. The only thing is that you need to find out your solution. So that was all which is concerned with reframing. I hope you found this particular episode interesting and you would try it out. If there are any issues, you can definitely connect with me. And that's all for today. Thank you. Have a good day. God bless you.
Please subscribe and like my channel. I wish to come soon with another talk therapy sessions. Love you.